All right. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order.
Can we,
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call? Commissioner President Wyatt,
Recording in progress.
Commissioner President Wyatt,
Present.
Commissioner Vice President Webb,
Present.
Commissioner Andrews, Commissioner Andrews, Commissioner Gray,
Present.
Commissioner Hembry, Commissioner Hembry, Commissioner Johnson, Commissioner Johnson, Commissioner Malone,
Present.
Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Virgo. Also present, we have Mr. Rashawn K. Hassan, Superintendent of Schools, Chief Cameron Cox, Chief Financial Officer, Board Secretary. No. Chief Carlotta Jones, Chief of Human Resources, Chief Chris Payne, Chief of Information Technology, Chief of Sean Lamont Hill, Chief of Office of Marketing and Communications, Chief Dr. Mastro Giovanni, Chief of Equity and School Improvement. We have Chief Dr. Mark A. Williams, Chief of School Management. Mr. Jeff Morton, Assistant Board Secretary, and we will note Mr. Commissioner Johnson's arrival for the record. Welcome to the business meeting of the Plainfield Board of Education. Members hope that you will find this meeting interesting and informative. We thank you for taking the time out to attend. Please be advised that this and all meetings of the board are open to the media and public, consistent with the Open Public Meetings Act, and that the advance notice required therein has been provided to the Courier News, Star Ledger, and Tap Into Plainfield on Monday, December 9th, 2024, to be advertised on Friday, December 13th, 2024, and also provided to the Plainfield Public Schools District website, Plainfield City Clerk, Police Department, and Plainfield Public Library for posting. Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Cox. Again, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our business meeting for the month of December. This is our last meeting of the year. And I hope that everybody has enjoyed their holiday, their Thanksgiving holiday, spending time with their family, and that you enjoy your holidays moving forward into the new year, that you spend that much needed quality time, bring some joy and happiness to all of those around you. This is the season of giving. That is the reason for the season of joy, the season of happiness. So for my board president's report, I just want to say happy holidays and cue this highlight video up. We have some nice highlights to present to you all regarding what's happening here in Plainfield Public Schools. We continue to highlight the students as well as our staff and all that we have accomplished together and individually. Go ahead, Nick.
It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the ribbon-cutting ceremony of our new playground here at the BOE Center. On behalf of our staff and students, I want to express our gratitude to everyone who made this playground take it out.
Plainfield Board of Education structure. It is a testament to our district's vision for creating and providing where every child will receive value and empowerment to reach their full potential.
All right, thank you very much. I also just want to highlight again, Dr. Williams, congratulations to our deputy superintendent who defended his dissertation and is now Dr. Williams. So put some respect on his name, okay? All right. Mr. Hassan, I know you have some remarks and you have the floor now.
Thank you, Madam President. I would ask that everyone please join me in a moment of silence for two members of our community that we recently lost. Mr. Anthony Bratton, former employee of the Plainfield Public School District, and Stephen Marinero, recent graduate of Plainfield High School, class of 2024. Thank you. As we close out this school year, I just want to highlight one, there's just so many great things happening in our school district. I want to express my appreciation and gratitude for all of our staff members who work tirelessly and effortlessly to support the children and other staff members that make up Plainfield Public Schools. This has been a long journey this year, particularly because there are a lot of new initiatives. We're being very aggressive with executing the tasks that have been set before us, particularly with delivering on the commitments that have been made through the 5-year strategic plan. And I realize that it's a lot. So I think it's important for us to also take a moment to pause and reflect. Right? Sometimes we're running 100 miles an hour because we're doing this work with a sense of urgency, but there are also people on the tail end of this who are executing on the front lines each and every day. And sometimes we forget that every time we come and ask for something new, that's another layer of pressure or another ask that we're making of our team members. So for everyone here who's with us this evening, our team members who may be at home, during this winter recess, pause, take a moment to reflect, give thanks, show gratitude for all of the things that we have, and remember there's no school district like Plainfield Public Schools. I'd also like to take a moment, I want to thank Mr. Johnson for his continued push for our student, the advisory council. So you may have seen on the video, Mr. Worlds, who's our director of security and safety for the district. He was our guest speaker for the session this month. We received a lot of great feedback from students, and it's just important for us to keep our students at the forefront of all of the decisions that we make. There was a point in time where we were having a conversation about where to place our weapons detection systems in the district. And I remember hearing from a stakeholder that it's not something that we necessarily need, right? Now, from our perspective as adults, we may see it that way, but our children, they see it a little differently. They've informed us that they want to come into an environment that's safe. They want to see weapons detection systems in our schools because it gives them that extra layer of security, particularly when they see things on the news like mass shootings and individuals going in and committing heinous acts like we saw that took place this week. So with that, our students are continuing to learn and grow. And at yesterday's meeting, we started to introduce the concept of running an effective meeting for those students. So for many of the students in that room, it was their first time ever having a conversation or dialogue about making a motion, approving a motion, reviewing meeting minutes, et cetera. So we took the time to do that. And I want to thank you because you gave us the insight to enhance what we were already doing in that space. The last thing I want to just highlight for us as a community, at a high level, our budget development strategy for the 25-26 fiscal year. I submitted a memorandum to our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Cox, on November 11th, highlighting our priorities. And I just want to speak to those at a very high level so that the board and community understands our process for developing the first draft of that budget that will be presented to you all in the coming weeks. So first, as it relates to state aid and revenue, we are in fact planning for flat funding in state aid. However, we also anticipate continued growth in the charter sector based on approvals that they received from the NJDOE. And with this in mind, we are preparing our budget accounting for a 10 to 15% reduction in total revenues. We are also reducing our division and department budgets by 15%. And we're doing this to be very conservative. We don't know what to expect from the federal level or from the state level at this point in time. And we believe that it's in our best interest as an organization to be very conservative in our projection so that should there be a windfall or additional revenue, that'll basically be a cherry on top. And it can provide opportunities to do additional work that may not necessarily be, say, level one priorities, if you will. We've also moved forward with reconciling the district's position control roster and making significant staff adjustments. So to be clear, as of December 1st, we've liquidated all non-essential vacancies and no new administrative positions are being considered for the fiscal year 2026 budget. And with this, we believe we will optimize existing resources and ensure that each position directly contributes to the district's strategic goals. It's also imperative that we balance our budget without making any withdrawals from reserve accounts. So that means not taking funds from our maintenance or capital reserve accounts. And we will in fact use our zero-based budgeting philosophy and build every budget from the ground up. We do anticipate escalation between 3 to 5% for administrative salaries and benefits as the PASA collective bargaining agreement is set to expire this year. So we will be negotiating a new contract. And that 3 to 5% range puts us on par for the state averages for settlements that we've seen over the last few years. So despite the fiscal constraints, for us, it is essential that we maintain and focus on priorities, including high quality instruction, student services, and operational efficiencies. Every dollar must be allocated strategically to support the district's vision for educational excellence while keeping costs under control. So while we plan for this, board members, we will all continue to keep you abreast. Do we have any worries or concerns as an organization? No, because we started to prepare for this a few years ago. Made sure we reallocated funds that were administered to the district that fell under ESSER, et cetera. And we are not experiencing some of the challenges that other school districts are because we started this work a few years ago. So we look forward to presenting you all with a well-rounded and fully developed budget that's balanced and does not take away from any of our existing reserves and also does not include any structural deficits that may have been imposed upon us for making withdrawals over consecutive years. So ends my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan. All right, so do you want to move on to the Excuse me. All right, so. Okay. All right. So before we move on and get into our meeting, I am excited to announce that we are going to onboard our new student commissioners this evening. We do not have all three commissioners here, but we do have our commissioner, and please blame my head and not my heart, Wendy. Stand up, Wendy. Califax. Wendy Califax. She is from Plainfield High School. And we also have Jaslyn Cullen of Pinnacle Academy. Okay.
So we're gonna go in alphabetical order. If I could have Jaslyn Cologne come up first. Testing, testing. Ready? Nervous a little bit? No, I'm gonna give it to you. You nervous a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all you're gonna do, Jaslyn, is repeat after me, all right? And so for everyone in the audience, this is our required oath of student commissioners pursuant to the Plainfield Public Schools, The Future is Now strategic plan from 2023-2028. Please say aye and state your name in full.
I, Jaslyn Cologne,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the student code of conduct
that I will support the student code of conduct
of the Plainfield Public Schools,
of the Plainfield Public Schools,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
while expressing
while expressing
the collective voices of the students
the collective voices of the students
I help to represent
I help to represent
while advocating in this role
while advocating in this role
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Say aye, state your name in full.
I, Jaslyn Cologne,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by the district administration
prescribed by the district administration
for the office of student commissioner
for the office of student commissioner
of the Plainfield Board of Education,
of the Plainfield Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I further swear and affirm
I further swear and affirm
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold the office of student commissioner
to hold the office of student commissioner
of the Plainfield Board of Education,
of the Plainfield Board of Education,
City of Plainfield,
City of Plainfield,
and the County of Union,
and the County of Union,
State of New Jersey,
State of New Jersey,
and that I have, to the best of my knowledge,
and that I have, to the best of my knowledge,
no code of conduct infractions
no code of conduct infractions
that disqualify me
that disqualify me
from holding the aforesaid office.
from holding the aforesaid office.
Okay, and I'm going to attest to this, sworn and subscribed before me on this 17th day of December, 2024, Mr. Cameron E. Cox, Board Secretary, School District of Plainfield, County of Union. You do me a favor, sign here and then sign the other two.
It's not the best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
If you do.
Thank you.
And if you bear with us, Ms. Cologne, Chief Hill is going to frame up one of them. We'll give you a frame copy. The district will hold on to a copy, and you'll also have a color copy for your records. All right. If I could have Wendy Kellerfack, please come up. And again, for everyone present, I will read the required oath for student commissioner pursuant to the Plainfield Public Schools, The Future is Now Strategic Plan 2023 through 2028. Please say aye and state your name in full.
I, Wendy Kellerfack,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the student code of conduct
that I will support the Students' Code of Conduct
of the Plainfield Public Schools,
of the Plainfield Public Schools,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the firm,
while expressing the collective voices of the students
while expressing the collective voice of the students
I help to represent,
I helped represent,
while advocating in this role
while advocating in this role
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I state your name in full,
I, Wendy Kellerfack,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I possess the qualifications prescribed
that I possess the qualification prescribed
by the district administration
by the district administration
for the office of Student Commissioner
for the office of Student Commissioner
of the Plainfield Board of Education,
of the Plainfield Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of that office
perform all the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I further swear and affirm
I further swear and affirm
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold the office of Student Commissioner
to hold the office of Student Commissioner
of the Plainfield Board of Education,
of the Plainfield Board of Education,
City of Plainfield,
City of Plainfield,
in the County of Union,
and the County of Union,
State of New Jersey.
State of New Jersey,
And I have,
and I have,
to the best of my knowledge,
to the best of my knowledge,
no conduct infractions
no conduct infractions
that would disqualify me
that would disqualify me
from holding the aforesaid office.
from holding the aforesaid office.
And again, I will attest, sworn and subscribed to before me on the 17th day of December, 2024. Cameron E. Cox, Board Secretary. Sign there and then the top two above that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We're going to get this framed up. We'll give you the.
Can I have the board up to take a picture with our new student commissioners, please? Yes, yes, of course. While we do that, I'll just let you guys know that our third student commissioner is Kayla Marsala of PAS. And she's not with us this evening, but hopefully she'll be joining us at our reorg meeting in January. Huh? What was that? Huh? Okay, like really? Okay. All right. I'll now entertain a motion for us to go into executive session.
So move. I'm sorry, who was that?
Commissioner Vice President.
Okay.
Vick.
Is there a second? It's been properly moved by Commissioner Vice President Webb and seconded by Commissioner Malone that the board now retire to executive session for the purposes of discussing personnel and legal matters. You heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? There being none, all in favor? All opposed have the same right. Motion carried. The board anticipates being in executive session
5 minutes, like no, 30. You can do
for approximately 35 minutes.
Recording
sorry.
stopped.
5, it's fine. See?
We need another photo.
And a motion for us to reconvene our business
Recording in
meeting.
progress.
Second.
It's been properly moved by Commissioner Andrews and seconded by Commissioner Malone that the board now reconvene into public session. You heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed have the same right? Motion carried.
Board committee reports. All right. We will now go into board committee reports. If you all do not want to present your committee report, it is in board docs. You don't have to. I do have a few comments before we go into board committee reports. If you would like to present, I just want to thank Commissioner Virgo for her recent participation in the Winter Delegate Assembly. She has been a dedicated commissioner and advocate for positive policy change that is in the best interest of all of our students and our school district, and we appreciate her efforts. Unfortunately, this is her last official business meeting as a commissioner, and she did serve as the delegate for all 3 years of her term as a board commissioner. And we truly we truly appreciate that. And your dedication and your commitment, Sarah, is unwavering, and you will be missed, especially for policy and delegates assembly. That is your thing. You are their thing. You guys belong together. We appreciate you. But again, yes, thank you from myself, from all of us, from the board, from the district. We appreciate you and your efforts. Feel free to send us emails and share with us. We're sure you will. But that is it. If you all would like to share your committee reports, let me know now. If not, we'll move along. All right, moving along. I'm not working on my laptop, so I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, what's next? Yes, okay. Mr. Cox can actually now read, we have a few walk-on items that he's going to share with you all so that we can move our meeting along. Thank you.
All right. There was a placeholder on the agenda and that item has been filled. It is listed as item 7 under Human Resources, Athletics for the fall 2025 athletic season. And it's be it resolved, the language was already there. The candidate has been named as Mr. Donald Jones III as the head varsity football coach for fall 2025 at a salary stipend of $12,732. Additionally, in reviewing this fall 2024 season, the board did approve increased stipend for the interim head coach, where we had not also included the other head coaches that took on additional duties due to the transition at the football coach level. And so the walk-on item listed in HR item 20, resolved that the Plainfield Board of Education hereby approves the additional coaching stipends for extra duties performed during the fall 2024 season for the following coaches: Kenny Howard, varsity assistant, at additional stipend of $1,962. Cesar Cordoba, defensive coordinator, as an additional stipend of $1,530. Please forgive me if I mispronounce this. Dinesh Wansell, varsity assistant, $1,422. Brian Butler, varsity assistant, $1,422. Jason Bryant, varsity assistant, $1,422. Joshua Webb, middle school head coach, $936. Donald Davis, middle school assistant, $864. And Darrell Kennedy, middle school assistant, $864, at a cost not to exceed $9,000, which represents the delta and what was not used for the head coach stipend during the fall 2024 year.
Thank you, Mr. Cox. If that is all, we can now entertain a motion to go into public comment.
It's been properly moved. I didn't hear the second. Was that? Okay. It's been properly moved by Commissioner Vice President Webb and seconded by Commissioner Andrews that the board now go into public comment for this meeting. You heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed have the same right. Motion carried.
All right.
Hold on, I'm just read the,
Oh,
I'm sorry, I was
yeah.
pulling up. At the business meeting, privilege of the floor will be provided for 30 minutes for public comment prior to committee reports. Members of the public in attendance will have the opportunity to raise concerns during this period of the meeting. Members of the public may speak once for a maximum period of 3 minutes. By the clock, this time is not transferable from one individual to another. Privilege of the floor is now open.
Okay, we will now entertain any members of the public that are present in person. If you would like to come to the mic, please do so at this time and share your remarks and or your concerns or ask your questions. The floor is now open to anybody in the public here. Mike,
Press the button to turn it on.
go.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Catherine Balch.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I live at 1314 Highland Avenue. Tonight, I want to offer a holiday toast, but first a brief introduction. I was feeling low this past weekend after learning that a close relative is thinking of sending his daughter to a private school. Wow, I thought. Is she going to miss out on a lot of good learning or what? This is the same thought I have when I hear from Plainfielders that they too plan to send their child to a private school. While I acknowledge that some kids benefit from a private school education, most would be missing out on a whole raft of things that only an international public school like ours has to offer. A child slated to attend a private school instead of one of ours would miss out on programs targeted to her preferences and needs, like those selected by our chief superintendents. By attending a private school, this child would miss out from studying with fully accredited teachers, especially those teachers who've had the courage to embrace new evidence-based programs and deliver instruction in engaging and memorable ways. By attending a private school, this child would miss out on playing a wide variety of sports and other physical activities. And by attending a private school, she would miss out on studying in a school district that's held accountable by parents, residents, and the state. But most of all, this privately educated student will miss out socially. Surrounded by children from a similar background, she will likely not develop a deep understanding of different cultures, their foods, beliefs, stories, or challenges. Ignorant of their way of life, she may even grow up to fear or distrust people from a different culture than her own. So I would like to propose a toast to all those in our district who help students expand their horizons, not limit them. To those who have courageously embraced the changes asked of them over the past year and who are now implementing them in their classrooms, their buildings, and throughout the district. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you all. I hope you have a good long break, and I look forward to seeing you in January. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Do we have anybody else here in the public that would like to speak at this time before we move on to our virtual community? No. Nick, do we have anybody online? All right, seeing and hearing none, I will now entertain a motion to adjourn public comments.
Make a motion to close public comment.
It's been properly moved by Commissioner, Vice President Webb and seconded by Commissioner Andrews to close public comment at this time. You've heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed have the same right? Motion carried.
All right. I will now entertain a motion for consent agenda. However, I would like Mr. Cox to ensure that for the record, all board members that may be on the agenda listed on the bills list or any other area of which they may need to recuse themselves, that they are recused from voting on such matters listed on the agenda.
Okay, Madam President, I want to also, prior to our voting, I don't know if it was in the public content already. It was just locked, so it can be changed. My apologies.
Okay, we're good. All right.
Yep.
Do we have a motion?
Motion for
Yeah, motion for consent agenda.
second. It's been properly moved by Commissioner Virgo and seconded, I believe, by Mr. Malone, and Mr. Hassan. That the board moves the agenda as a consent agenda. You've heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed have the same right? Motion carried. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Gray and seconded by Commissioner Vice President Webb to approve the consent agenda at this time. You've heard the motion. Are you ready for the question?
One clarification. Can you let us know where the additional stipends that were allocated to the coaches, what area that is?
Yes, sir. So we did it as a walk-on. I will clarify it right now. It's item 20 under HR, fall 2024 additional coaching stipends walk-on. And what we will do is, because I believe there is a conflict that a board member will be abstaining from, I will now re-letter them so that it can be 20. A will be Howard, B will be Cordoba, C will be Washell, D will be Butler, E will be Bryant, F will be Webb, G will be Davis, H will be Kennedy. Okay. Pardon me? No, 19 is there.
Because I just refreshed mine and it just kept not showing up. Never mind, I refreshed it and it wasn't showing up. That's
Okay. And just to clarify, in case anybody else is having tech issues with their board docs, 19 was HR reassignments and transfers. Okay. Are there any other clarifying questions by the board before we call the roll? All right, we'll go with Commissioner Gray. That made the motion to approve the consent agenda?
Yes.
On everything, sir?
Clarification, so broader approach to responsive teaching program, this is just approving the professional development. Yeah, so it's a professional development that's geared towards our math instructors to focus on culturally responsive teaching. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Commissioner Vice President Webb,
Yes.
Commissioner Andrews,
Yes.
Commissioner Hembry, Commissioner Johnson.
However, I will abstain from item 20, Darrell Kennedy.
Yes, sir. All right, Commissioner Malone,
Yes, for everything.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Virgo,
For the final time, yes.
Commissioner President White.
Yes.
Madam President, all agenda items and resolutions have passed.
Great, awesome. I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So move.
Second.
It's been properly, you had another?
No.
Oh, they've been properly moved by Commissioner Vice President Webb and seconded by Commissioner Smith, that the board now adjourn this meeting in the public. You heard the motion, ready for the question. There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed have the same right.
All right, feel free to go to Plainfield High School, support our boys basketball
7.
team. They're playing right now.
In the drama club?
In the drama club.
Thank you, sir, for keeping us honest.
Thank you.